Hey everyone, welcome back to the Rose Herd. It's Katrina and I'm here with my sister Kendra.
Hey y'all.
So this video is going to be very short and semi-chaotic. Uh, we really went back and forth about whether we wanted to record this, but after everything that's happened recently and honestly what's been building for a while, we felt it was important to speak directly and clearly about bullies in Mérida. Now, this isn't about drama, it's about boundaries, transparency, and unity. So, before we get into it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe and notification button so you don't miss what's going on with the Rose Herd. And now, let's go. All right, y'all. So, I'm going to start you off with a bit of context. When you move to a new country, especially as Black women, community really matters. So, like a lot of people, we join Black expat spaces, WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups, whatever, because those spaces are supposed to be about connection, support, and sharing resources.
And for a while, that's really what it felt like. But over time, we really started noticing that things weren't sitting right or feeling right, or just it was not giving what it was supposed to give.
Right. Now, this isn't about like a disagreement or people not liking each other. That's normal. What we're talking about is this pattern of behavior that people have been experiencing that is intimidating, it's dismissive, and controlling.
And we're not here for that.
Okay? So,
So let me give you guys a little backstory. As some of you may know, over the summer, I officially launched my childcare business, Our Village Mid. And my focus is all about kids and families and about creating safe, supportive spaces for families that are traveling, that they're immigrating to a new country. And so one of the things that I'm offering under the umbrella of Our Village Mid is a 4-week winter camp. So it wasn't something that just like, oh, I'm going to do this and just on a whim. Is something that I had been promoting for a couple months. People knew about it in the Facebook groups and the WhatsApp groups, between the winter camp and just like the in-home childcare that I was doing.
Yeah, and what she says, like something that didn't just pop up, like she literally has a space, you guys. I'm going to show it in another video. Like there's literally a center now that families can bring their kids to. But that's not what this is about. So when she was talking about this and like sharing it and asking questions, eventually she shared it in one of the WhatsApp groups for the Black Merida experience. Not to be confused with Black Merida Facebook group, which came first. That was its own Discord between Black Merida and the Black Merida experience. So just a little bit of that.
So after I shared my business in different places, I was approached privately in a private DM by Nicole Hatch, who is the founder of, or one of the founders, her and her husband, of the Black Merida Experience. And in that message was just a really big, I kind of want to say shift, but from my first interaction with her, it was definitely on par just as far as not having a full community and inclusive vibe. And so one of the things that she told me in the midst of our, WhatsApp messages is that she was going to tell parents, anyone who asked her about my camp or about me, that she was going to lie to them and tell them negative things about my business and my character.
And whether like she should be trusted. And it's important to say this very, very clearly. We met her one time at this point. She had an event at Parque La Plancha, which is like a family meetup that they have there, is where we met her. We went to another one of her events, but did not meet her at the backyard boogie. So that meetup was one time, and we had spoke to people there, and so this situation with this private message was maybe like a week later.
Yeah.
There's no personal relationship, there's no business relationship, there's no history between her and us at all.
We don't know her. She doesn't actually know us.
Period.
And so because of all of that, just I really felt like she crossed a line. And normally people who know me, I'm generally really laid back. I don't respond emotionally. And when she crossed that line, when it came to, telling me that she was going to lie about my business and my character, I felt it was really important to document, screenshot everything. And then in that effort of transparency, because that's how I operate in business and in life, to let people know what was going on as well too.
Right. Because even though we are both crash outs, like complete crash outs, we know like that's not the right course of action. And also we are not built for Mexican jail.
Okay.
Um, so what we decided to do was to create a clear notice stating that false or damaging statements are just not going to be tolerated and that we will take legal action against her if that continued because slander and libel is a very big thing here in Merida, which is why, again, we're not taking this video lightly, why we didn't just like rush to record it and put it out there. We had to speak with other people in the communities like safety and wellness groups and really hear like what others had to say, taking advice of people that have dealt with her more directly and more long term. And so we took that notice and we were putting it in, different places.
So I shared it on my business Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, some of the other just expat pages as well too, and then in the WhatsApp groups
Yeah.
because one of her big things was don't hide, and that's one thing that I don't do. I do not hide. I will not shirk away. And so like I told one of my master sergeants who commented on, I'm a soldier. I'm good at following orders. You say don't hide, fine. Transparency is where I live. And so that's what I did. I let people know what was happening. I shared the screenshots because again, it's about transparency. It's not about, oh well, she said, I said. It's not gossip, but these are just the facts of what happened, of who I am, how I operate, and then opening that door so that people, if they have their own questions, you know how to find me. You know how to contact me. If you have questions, I'm here.
Mm-hmm. And so what really stood out was the aftermath, like literally that same night of sharing it because we were at the center, we're getting ready for the open house for the winter camp.
It's like 10 o'clock at night.
And that phone started going.
So once I shared in the Facebook and WhatsApp groups, and again, this was like 10, almost 11 o'clock at night. I was getting messages from people, throughout the night and on the Facebook pages, literally throughout the night, and that following morning. And, you know, people that I didn't know, people who had been quiet, and people said, I'm glad that you spoke up, that you said something about what was going on.
Right. And all of the stories, because they're mostly like text messages that are being sent, all of them had a very common theme and outcome.
And so really what I heard from people, was that if you start something here, if it looks like it could gain traction, make her money, that there's pressure to partner or to hand over, to her what it is that you're doing. So that way there's, money that can be made. And yes, as an entrepreneur, yes, I want to make money, but that's not yeah, it's not the premise of what I do. I love what I do and helping families and working with children. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. And honestly, when people don't want to partner, like they want to maintain the autonomy or whatever, like she would either go and do the same thing that they're doing. I think she has more like funding. Coming from California to Mexico, the amount that your money will go is a lot more. Will either do the same thing or she would literally just take over what you're doing, like same name and everything. Um, and people were sharing experiences of like being intimidated, being talked about behind the scenes. We were even told like she would send others to just like pop up on them, like wherever they were. I was like, pop up on us. Like that's crazy. And these are stories that were being shared directly with us after speaking up against her.
So, and we didn't rush, what you guys, like Katrina said, to record this, but silence protects patterns, not people. That when people don't speak up about what's happening, about what's going on, it becomes a protective norm.
It emboldens them, just like regular high school bullies. It's very, mean girls, Regina George type of thing. And the reason why they had so much power is because no one would say anything until, the burn book in the in the gym type of thing, you know, and it shouldn't be like that, especially not at our age, and when you're trying to build community in a foreign country, you shouldn't feel like you have to shrink or explain yourself constantly or ask permission to build something meaningful.
So, as always, you said before, I am open to, respectful conversation. I'm not open to intimidation or attacks about my character or my business. We're held to build community and supports for families.
Right. And to be clear, we're not asking anyone to choose sides. We're just asking people to listen, observe, and to think critically. Be very careful about like what spaces you put yourself in. Do your due diligence. Like I know it's so easy to be like, oh my God, black people or oh, American people or oh, Canadian people. But think about if you were at home, would I be friends with this person? Type of thing, not just, oh, we're from the same place, so we are automatically in community. Think about who that person is, how they're acting, how they treat other people when they think no one is watching, or even how they're treating people when people are watching, and
Yeah.
if they just don't care, like at all, like that's really, really important.
And to everyone who reached out to me privately, thank you so, so much. Your messages and your support mean the world to me. And it's definitely been encouraging as I am starting this new venture with this building.
Yeah. And whether it's the Rose Herd, the Exodus Planner course, or our Village Mid, like we're going to keep building with integrity and clarity. So thank you all for listening and for your continued support in whatever, we're doing and what we're trying to build here. And we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.